Hey, thanks for coming back.
You're not gonna try to rhyme this time?
No, I'm not gonna try to rhyme.
Because that didn't go very well last time.
No, I remember that. No rhyming.
Hey, rhyme this time. You rhymed.
Heh, so I did. I think I'll try to rhyme this time. My cousin Bernie is a mime.
Which Bernie?
Oh, good memory. The short one.
So where were we?
1 John chapter 4. True teaching, true living, true loving. Don't listen to lies. God is bigger.
Fantastic, Emily. Who can read chapter 4, verses 7 through 12?
Is it even a question?
I'd be happy to. Thanks for asking. Dear friends, we should love each other because love comes from God. The person who loves has become God's child and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God because God is love. This is how God showed his love to us. He sent his only Son into the world to give us life through him. True love is God's love for us, not our love for God. God sent his Son to die in our place to take away our sins. That is how much God loved us, dear friends. So we also must love each other. No one has ever seen God, but if we love each other, God lives in us. If we love each other, God's love has reached its goal.
Love, love, love. I think we're back on the true loving part.
Circle shell.
Yep.
That's right. We're back to true loving again. But John isn't repeating himself. Every time he circles back, he takes us in a little deeper. He tells us a little more.
So what do we learn on this lap through the old tunnel of love?
Funny. Let's see here. Verses 7 and 8 say, "The person who loves has become God's child and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love."
So if we want to be God's child, we need to get good at loving first? How do I do that?
This is really important because that's not what John is saying. He isn't saying you are a child of God because you love. He's saying you love because you're a child of God.
And the distinction there sounds important, but is elusive to my turtle brain.
Okay, let me help. Some people today would say we can all be perfectly loving if we just try really, really hard. But that's not what the Bible teaches.
What? Next you're gonna tell me angels aren't fat babies.
I actually already told you that. If you have a hard time being loving and putting others first, that isn't because you're weird. It means you're normal. The Bible doesn't teach that true love is inside all of us. The Bible teaches that true love is from God. It flows out of God, and the only way for us to be truly loving is to receive God's love and then let it overflow onto everyone around us.
Like a garden hose. A garden hose of love.
Yeah, sort of. You can't make water come out of a garden hose if the hose isn't hooked up to a source of water.
Is that the thingy on the side of the house?
Yep, that's the thingy on the side of the house. It's called a spigot.
A spigot?
No, a spigot.
A spigot?
No, it's a G, not a CK. A spigot.
You're saying God is a love spigot?
Well, I'm not sure I'd say it exactly like that. John says God is the source of love. True, pure love can only be found in God. John says we see that love in Jesus, that Jesus was willing to die for us so we could live with God.
In the fellowship hall of joy instead of the parking lot of darkness.
Yes, and since God is the source of love,
The love spigot?
not my choice of words, but yes, you can't make water come out of a hose that isn't connected to anything.
And in the same way, you can't make true love come out of a person who isn't connected to God, a child of God.
Exactly. So God would never say, you can't be my child until you're more loving.
Instead, he would say, come be my child, and you will become more loving.
That's it. So in verse 12, John says, no one has ever seen God. But if we love each other, God lives in us. If we love each other, God's love has reached its goal. It is made perfect in us.
I don't get it. What does seeing God have to do with God living in us?
Oh, good question. So God is spirit. That means he isn't walking around in a body like you and I. He's everywhere, but we can't see him with our eyes.
Got it. And?
If we love each other, God lives in us. If we love each other, God's love has reached its goal. People see God when they see you and me loving others. When they see God's love flowing out of us, they are seeing God.
So when we love, we show people God.
Oh, that's big. That's really big.
It sure is. And when God's love flows through us and reaches other people, God's love is reaching its goal. That's what God's love is for. It is to be shared.
Like sharing water from your garden hose with the whole neighborhood.
That's right. God is true love. We see that love in Jesus. We're filled with that love when we connect to God. We share that love when we connect to others. And then they see God in us.
Whoa.
Freaky.
See you next time.